Welcome to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus, and we are back here with our glorious science build. It's not really working, and that's going to be the first thing we want to pick up in this episode, but it's not something that really takes a lot of effort, so we can dive into the next big project. And before we dive into the next big project, I want to just say that the intention with the series, because I don't think I've articulated that, is not really just to reach the end, because then all of this wouldn't be necessary. It's really to explore what this Space Age DLC is all about, and that means we're going to go down some path that make no sense and some path that makes a lot of sense. Like this makes a lot of sense, and it's awesome. It's freaking awesome. This thing makes a lot less sense, to be honest. It was needed in the beginning, but then it's just not very good. And the reason why is like this red circuit, it doesn't have the productivity bonus of the blue circuits, and neither does the green one. So building these, you're just not going to get much value out of it compared to actually building this and then scrapping the rest for if you just want red circuits. So you know, it's pretty good. Then we should probably in the future just exclusively work on the blues and then just scrap the rest, because now it's just a sink for a monstrous amount of circuits. But hey, that's it. So that's the intention of the series, is to explore, and a big part of the exploration is that today we're going to build a build that makes no sense, but it actually is absolutely amazing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. First, we're going to do the science spec, and I think I want to just show you, just to say, we built another ship called the Arbogast. The Arbogast is, of course, another reference. This is a science ship that went in from the Expanse, that went to Venus after the Eros incident to see what the hell was going on there. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? So we're going to make a new section. We're going to make it with those icons up here. These icons. And there. That's going to be our new group. And what is it going to do? It's going to get like one stack or one rocket full. And the rocket size is 1,000. Okay, so 1,000 here. And then we're going to get each of these for 1,000. And they are always defaulting to coming from Novice. That's not where they want to go to. They want to come from Volcanus, because that's where we make it. And this group will also be multiplied by 8, because we have 8 rocket silos that each can send up one at a time. I'll also go on Novice. I will go down and do in my little requester here. I will also set up the same group. So we'll add another group. This group will be our science group that we just created. So it'll be requested inbound. How big do we want it? 4 times. There we go. Why 4 times? I just want kind of something. Then we're going to be sending the Arbogast. Just starting it, it has this really cool setup where it waits 14 seconds without unloading. Then it has 1 second where it can unload. And then it goes back. Then it has our interrupt for resupply that basically says if anything requested from Volcanus is not there, any planned import is 0, then you go back to Volcanus. So let's see if it works. Ah, crap. That one. So it goes here and then realizes it doesn't have it, and then it goes to Volcanus, and then let's see if it actually launches everything. And we're now arriving with the Arbogast here on Volcanus, and let's see. Oh, that looks so good. Oh yes, we are launching 32 science rockets at once. That is glorious. So I guess there's no really consideration or sort of a constraint about how many can be absorbed at once. It's 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's only 15, but we're launching 32. So apparently these can absorb however much is inbound. Oh, look at that. All right. And then I should get... Oh, right. Okay, so it's not everything that comes in at once. Okay, it's sort of waiting, and then here comes the rest. There. Oh, it's a little bit missing. Oh yeah, but because it's 32 rockets and it can absorb 15 at a time. So it actually makes sense. So 3 for this one and 1 for each of those. And it comes in batches, and it's already heading back. While I'm going to do that, or while they're doing that, I am going to head to Fulgora, because that's where all the magic today will happen. Science has gotten quite the overhaul now. And we have now made as many as we can epic. We have put legendary productivity modules, we put legendary speed modules. They are fast. They are so fast that they probably can't even keep up. And I've also just increased the throughput here, all the requests. It is a lot of progress. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take every other science is going to be a mining productivity, because that only uses the 4 things that we have now in abundance. and then sort of go back and do one science, do a mining productivity, do another science. Why is the mining productivity so good? You might think that, oh, you're going to get it from lava anyway, but and you'll probably also have enough on Fulgora, but it's actually late game for tungsten is something that we really need to mine a lot of and fast. So that is definitely needs an overhaul. This is an absolute atrocious solution that I'm bringing so much by robots, but hey, it works and it gets us about 5,000 science per minute, which is okay for a little base like this. And now it's the problem is just feeding it. But hey, we got those. I think this one also needs an overhaul at some point. It's coming back with some spoilage. Nice. Okay. And then once it unloads, I think it actually just needs 30 seconds of unload. There we go. And let's go here. All right, let's do the talk about what it is I want to build on this planet, because it's weird. It's really, really weird. So let's think about it. So let's start with the problem. Problem actually starts on Novice, and it starts with the modules. It always starts with the modules. This is the problem. There we go, just like that. Superconductors, legendary. Since we don't have this, we don't have infinite amount of legendary quality modules, which is of course a problem. We actually have a decent chunk of the epic ones, and we are kind of getting some of these, but it's really difficult to get the legend. So now our objective is to make legendary superconductors, and we have a build for it. We have several ways of doing it, and the solution is actually a general solution that tells you how to do upcycling generally. So that's enticing, I think. What is it we want? So what do we need? We need to look at this. I can make these, and I do. I make those in normal quality. That's fine. I could make this in higher quality if I had legendary copper plates, legendary plastic, legendary holmium plates, and anything else. That is something I do not have, unfortunately. It's actually not this one I need. This is the one I need. Yeah, okay, and Lido is fine. So I don't have this, I don't have this, and I don't have this. And of course there are ways of getting those, but they're really difficult. What we really want is a good supply of holmium. That's difficult to get, and also the superconductors. So if we can get holmium superconductors, those are things we really want, because you really want holmium, legendary holmium here, because it's used for that one for legendary, that one for legendary, that one, not the other. Oh, mech armor, legendary mech armor. Oh yes, that would actually be nice. So we want to get legendary holmium, legendary superconductor, and there is actually a way to do that, and that is supercapacitor, because that has an ingredients of all of it. So what I'm saying is, what if we build this, and then we also build, then we basically scrap it there, we scrap it here with some good modules, then we're gonna build it again over on the side, but then higher quality, and you see the point, hopefully. Just kind of generally upcycling it there, here. Why do we want to do this instead of some of the other ones? Well, I can get productivity on my craft, as you can see here. I'm getting productivity on this craft. I'm getting productivity on this craft. I'm not getting on this one. I should, but I'm not. I am getting productivity. I could get productivity on this craft, and I probably should change this to productivity, because then I'm going to use the new method. I could also do productivity on this craft, so I can get a lot of productivity on every step, which means that as I delete things, the more steps I do with productivity, the less I lose from it. That's the idea. So this one has now plus 175. So if I put 100 materials in here, and then I get 275 outbound, and then I delete it, and then it goes down to, I don't know, 75-ish. And then I scale it up again and again. So that's how we're going to get the epic. Basically, it's not really going to be like this. It's going to be like the other upcycler we've done here. So we are going to make a supercapacitor build that goes all the way up to epic supercapacitors, but we're not going to make the legendary supercapacitors, because the output of this one, or output of all of it, is just going to be scrapped. And the reason why it's going to be scrapped is because that will then, with 25% chance, yield legendary holmium and legendary superconductors, which is exactly what we need. Legendary holmium, we need that for everything, and legendary superconductor, we need that for our legendary quality modules. It's really weird, but that's kind of house. So let's look at if I want to make this. I need batteries. Okay, they got that. We can get that from Factorio. No, we can get that from, I don't know, do we have to have it here? Battery. Yeah, we got a little bit. Whew, 104,000. 100. Okay, that's a lot of junk batteries. Huh. Okay, well, we have some batteries here. Good. Green circuits. That's not called green circuits. Silly me. Yeah, we got some there. Sticks. Blue sticks. They're not called blue sticks. They're called superconductors. Yep, we got that as well. And then we also need to make the electrolytes. So let's see what the electrolyte requires. That requires heavy oil is easy and holmium solution is easy. But then we also need stone. So we get lots of stone. Do we have stone here? We do. Let's see what else. I'm not going to make the sticks. I'm not going to make the holmium. Let's import, and then crafters on site for the electrolyte. Actually, why don't we just build it in or pipe it in? If you're going to pipe in the holmium solution, why not just pipe in the rest as well? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that means we need to find a place to build this, and we are going to be sending it out by trains. So we're going to add some train stations here. They're going to be smaller than these train stations. And then the inputs we want for it is battery. No, let's look at the first one. Batteries, green circuits, holmium, and superconductors. Sure. Actually, are we going to make holmium? We could just make a pipe for a holmium solution to it, because we're going to make it on another island, but I'm going to make the island inside of our area. Yeah, I want a dedicated holmium solution for that. All right, let's build the infrastructure. I'm going to build it on this island. It's kind of close, but it should be enough room for it here. The infrastructure now is completed. It was quite a lot of work because as I did this, I realized that I didn't want my 1-4 trains anymore, and because they're just too big for what I want. This is just plenty. I'm bringing in 16,000. That's enough. I don't want to be bringing in 32,000 at once. So I realized that the old upcycler I had up here was the only thing using the train system, and so on and so forth. And we end up just deleting all these train stations, rebuilding them with the 1-2 trains, and they're now ready. I'm also building all 4 things inbound that we need, and then we bring it in here. So this is a very compact build. I just wanted to make it kind of compact. It's not going to be using a monstrous amount of resources, so I think this is going to be fine. Let's see. We want to build this. I'm going to be 1, 2, 3 things. So let's build the actual design we're looking at, and that will be very simply, we're going to take this. I'm going to be using my best modules if I can get away with it. It's going to be productivity module all the way through. I think I have learned my lesson that it is better. 1, 2, 3. Also, it's definitely better for this case. And I guess I'm going to be using these. Yeah. And that one. We are going to be getting 4 solid items in, and none of them in high quantity, and also an electrolyte. So I need to make sure that the electrolyte can flow through, like so. So it flows through, and then I can branch it on one side. Let's see, that will be, yeah. And then we'll do a build. It feels so weird to build it upside down, but okay. Here, and not high quantities, so that's fine. I'll take this out, put it over here. Yeah, and I'll take these 2 out because that's where it merges to the other belts. And I'm gonna get the best modules? Sure. Why not? Why not? Well, because I don't have them, I guess. And let's see. Yeah, I don't have them. Okay, but I do have some epic ones then. Then we're gonna do that. Sure. So that's how I want it. What about beacons? Do we have better beacons? Sure, let's make better beacons. All right, so that's as good as we can make it right now. And how much is this consuming? It's consuming a decent amount. I think we'll build 3 of these builds. There. And let's kind of figure out where I want it. I need some space here for filtering things out and sort of routing it. So let's make it I guess I'm gonna try to make it here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the next side. That's gonna be here. And the last one will be a little bit weird. There. Alright. And this is the normal ones. This is... Oh, we're running out of the good modules. Are we though? Not really. Not yet. This will then be changed to the uncommon ones. And here. This will be changed to... This will be changed to the rare quality. And then this will be changed to the legendary quality. No epic... No, epic quality. No legendary quality. I don't think I need this one then. Yeah. Okay. I think this works. We need some lights. And we also need, of course, the output belt coming in here. Alright, belts, pipes, and inserters have now been added, as well as the deconstructing here, or the... this is the recycler, and we are then short 73 of those. Let's see if we are actually getting those. I think we have them back on Nilaus. That is our excursion out there, and here. This is pretty good. Okay, so we just need to be bringing some out, and we are heading over to that location, and I only have 50 now, unfortunately, so it'll be 2 rounds before we get that sorted here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we are going to get sorted out all the stuff here, and if we look at the quantities being consumed, then that is 60. Ooh, that's actually more than a full belt. Okay, so we need to do some kind of a filtering out of this, so that we are sure that we get all of it. That's going to be a little bit advanced, I think. Can I do something like this, where I'm filtering out the greens? Here. Yeah, so that filters out the greens from everywhere. And then I need to make sure that I do that. And then I... Oops, maybe it's gonna be something like this. Ooh, yes, indeed. There. Oh, this is pretty cool, actually. And that's going to be 2 belts of greens. Nice. And that will go in here-ish. I guess this is a good setup. I'm going to need a little bit more space for this because... Oh, I'm going to need a lot more space for this because I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting that on Volcanus, when we do this, you absolutely must have this little thing here. There we go. And it might actually be... Yeah, I'm gonna get this. This is the input. Let's see. I'm a little worried that I'm getting too much of this. Oh, this should be all qualities of green, actually. This should not just be... Should be all green qualities, because then I'm gonna get the green and then filter it in. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. And there. Okay, so that's all filters, all greens are coming out. That is gonna be in here, because then it'll... Whew. Okay, we then need to build... What are we getting destroyed? Ah, it's these ones. They still get a little bit destroyed here. Okay, I'm gonna get some filter inbound. There's going to be 2 on this side, which means here. That one, I think. And then I'm going to get an inbound. I'm going to get another inbound. Then I need the other build. Maybe which will be here. Oops. Okay, so you can jump out here. This is a matter of how we split these. Yes. And then you can go there. Wow. That is actually incredibly nice. And then let's just move it a little bit closer, because there's no reason to have it any more space than necessary. Let's do that. Good. So that takes 4 unique inputs and then split them into 2 on 4 here, 4 half belts here, and 4 half belts here. That was very, very nice. Then I need this part for each of them here. And there's actually room for it. That is also nice. Then I should actually also... This should be a little bit more advanced than this. Because I'll have here... You know what? Let's build one. I will, somewhere out here, have a belt going in. Which will be the supplemental one. Because that will supplement from this side. I'll be recirculating the stuff here, but then supplementing with this part, which means I need the supplemental belt in here, but it then should be taking the one that's recycled before the one that gets in here. That's good. And don't think this one needs a priority. Oh, it does need a priority because that's an outbound priority. Whew, okay, that's working, I think. So let's also set that up here. Okay, and that needs to be done for all of them. So this is all the routing being done, and that was something as well. And we now have all the 4 things hopefully coming in here, and they'll be inbound. And I don't even know. Ooh, this is not ideal that they have to do like squiggly lines, and they can just barely get out here. What about this? Oh wow, that can't even get out here. Okay, never mind. That's interesting. Doesn't matter. We can always find a way. There we go. And that's a lot of squiggly lines for these. More squiggly lines. There. All right. Well, they're gonna get in. So this is the Kickstarter. Once we get that, it starts. Once we have the end, that's going to be over here. What was the whole point of all this? Yeah, I kind of forgot already. This is going to be... We also need some rocket silos. This is, I think, a very important part. Well, it is. And I'm going to put the rocket silos here. But I really don't need this because they're not going to be launching very often. This means that there is going to be a robot connection all the way through, which I think is the right thing. We're going to get this, but it's going to be so little I get in here. So what are we going to do? We are going to put in some storage boxes. 1, 2, 3. That's not what I wanted. 4. And they will then put in here. No need to stack it up. And that one, that one. I'll do that for all of them. Here. And a little bit of lights. Okay. And then the whole point is that all of this will now merge together. I can just cut it a little bit out so that it gets here, here, here. Yeah, let's get it as 4 separate belts like this. Not that we need it. It's going to be so low quantity that there is no need for this. Here, here, and... I don't know. I don't think there should be anything remaining afterwards. Oops. Oh. Oh. Just going to go over here. That one. And... Okay, so what is it? This first thing will be... Let's do the first thing that is coming here. That's going to be the legendary being filtered off. And then the next one, let's go for the same sequence as we've done for all the other things here. That is then going to be the sticks. Those are some of the most important things, and the other important thing is the holmium. So this is where we make a legendary holmium and legendary this, and then I don't know if anything comes out here. There shouldn't really be anything excess because I'm not actually making supercapacitors. We only use productivity here. I think this might be actually ready to enable. Wow. We're also going to set some warnings once these run out. Oh, this is also important. I need to make sure that they don't get filled up with random crap. There. Here. And this one will also be filled up. And this was batteries. We already have a lot of legendary batteries. And this will be green circuits, which we have already way too many of. There. Alright, and they will then be set up to export. They will not be set to automatic. There we go. And I don't need any better productivity here. Cool. Let's enable it and see how it's gonna work. Ooh, that's so exciting. It's always like the big moment of truth when we enable a build. So how do we enable it? We simply set... Here we go. So each of these are getting an inbound train. They're coming here. All trains are inbound, all 4 trains. And they're also already ready to load in the next one. Hey, there we go. That is coming in the first. And we are using fully loaded, fully stacked belts. More stacked. More stacked. And the blue sticks. Cool. I wonder if something is going to go wrong. Now it's time to go the gamble, the bets. Is it going to work the first try, or is it something going to break? And come on, blue sticks. Oh, blue sticks are coming. Yes. Stuff is working. There's definitely something that's not working somewhere, but yeah, let's see. How much was this? 44. Okay, so it's not a full belt. It's not really outputting. Because the belt is turned the wrong way. Ha! Okay, that was like a minor thing. That doesn't even count. And then we get it scrapped. Here, this is the only place that we actually upcycle. So we can also do... yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah. That one and that one. We don't have enough of these, but man, are we gonna get a lot when this one completes. I hope. Something is still working, not working. That's another belt here. That's there we go. And you are also not working. Oh yes, thank you. All right, so now we should say a much more impressive number coming out. I wonder if this one will also have the same issue. That one definitely has the same issue. Good. All right, so now it's sliding way further down and going all the way to the end. That's good. And then we're filtering out here. First, we're taking all the different qualities of green circuits, going out here. Oh, no, that's not great. That is not great. That was too close. So that means we are probably gonna get some stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, it's doing the same thing here again. Right. Well, that's a little bit of a cleanup, isn't it? So I think it works now. I think we've got it untangled. I put all the stuff that I found in here. Why is it still going through? It shouldn't be going through anymore. Well, let's see. And the way I can fix these is just put it back in here in the output box. Then it won't be processed again, but it will just go through the output box. There. Honestly, I think these should be merging lines instead, because there's so little of it that I don't really think it makes sense to. Yeah. To do a splitters or anything like that. They just, because then they get stuck in splitters. It looks better like this. Yeah, and yeah. Alright, so we're getting a little bit. We got 4, we got 5, we got 4, and we got 3. Woohoo! Amazing, amazing indeed. Well, it's gonna take a while to get to sort of ramp up, and once it ramps up, then we will. The first thing is it's just gonna keep chugging along. That's the first and most important thing. It's just chugging along and being processed. It might actually want a little bit more of these. Well, what it actually really wants is it wants to have better quality. Let's see, do we have any recyclers? I do have a lot of the epic recyclers. So we can actually do an upgrade of that. That makes it a little bit faster. So we do recyclers here to recycler there. Okay, and then we apply this out here. I had 79, so that should be fine. We can definitely do that. Oh, well, that was bound to happen, wasn't it? Let's solve this by doing that. Everything sets 7,000 accumulators that just get upgraded to the next level. That's great. And then once we have that, we can also just spam some more down here because it is part of the same network. We can also make this into an island of a power island. Well, let me just use a million more robots because while I'm at it. Okay, so that will be fine. This is chugging along, and I'm super happy about it. We'll just let it run a little bit while fixing our power, and then we'll come back and see how things are progressing. After the upgrade to the epic quality recyclers, we can see that the stockpile here is basically disappearing. That's really nice. And oh, but there's another problem. There's an electrolyte issue. All right, well, we need to fix that to keep the whole thing flowing. Good old Factorio principle of if in doubt, double it. So what we've done now is, well, we doubled it. So we now have twice as much, and I've also just put in some better meat beacons, modules, all that good stuff. And they're also upgraded our holmium production because that's probably not going to keep up either. I can also see that these numbers are just going to be too low. So let's get all this in. We might actually need to do a dedicated farm for holmium because we're probably running out of that at some point. But anyway, down here, if we look at our builds, yes, they're now working much better. Well, a little bit better at least. They're still kind of stuttering, but I think that it's keeping up. This is coming in at 215. I think it should be coming in at more. But anyway, you can see now that there's a good saturation of both rare components and epic components. It's coming in, and of course there's going to be some variance in which ones I have most of and less these stuff. And in here we have 114, that's not much. 37, 61, and 60. Interesting how there's less of the legendary batteries. There should be the same amount. But this is basically means that this is 62 more legendary quality modules. And this one is all the cool things that can be made. Primarily electromagnetic plants, the mech armor, and also we can get legendary lithium and make simple legendary supercapacitors if we want to. Ooh, and it's okay, Tesla gun, not that exciting. But anyway, that is what we're going to do today. That is an upcycler, yet another upcycler. I do like my upcyclers, and this one will just keep chugging along using some materials we have in abundance, and then creating something we do not have in abundance, and we absolutely must have here. That's this part. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, the blueprints are available for patron supporters. This little upcycler is available if you want to build it yourself in your base. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.